Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 is a daily passenger flight between Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia and Beijing, China.
What is Ninja doing here? Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 was an international passenger flight operated by Malaysia Airlines that disappeared on March 8th in 2014. It was flying from Malaysia to Beijing when it disappeared. There were 227 passengers and 12 crew aboard MH370, and unfortunately all of which are presumed dead. We don't know what happened to the flight, though some debris has been found. And because this is one of the greatest mysteries in aviation disappearances, it's speculation abound and a lot of conspiracy theories about what actually happened, how the plane disappeared. And trust me when I say it wasn't aliens. Over here on r/airliner abduction 2014, you can see that this is a community dedicated to the research surrounding the 2014 airliner satellite and UAV videos. This place is crazy cakes. This place is wild. It includes everything from these massive video essays about teleporting orbs from what I can promise you are very easily debunked videos, to UFO video observations by my AI, to their own archives for their conspiracy theories. This is part 3. I don't even know if there's a part 4, but it includes links to other Reddit posts. It goes over how the footage is cropped, but how that doesn't mean it's faked or anything. It just keeps going. It is the most insane thing. The amount of effort and energy that these people put into debunking the debunkers and to building this insane theory. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. You see, this whole theory revolves around revolving orbs abducting the plane out of nowhere, which comes from what I can promise you is debunked footage. I don't know why it's so cropped in. Like, presumably this is from some satellite image or some high-flying drone or something. I don't know why it has to be so zoomed in. Okay, so we see the orb spinning here, and boom, it's gone. So this is like the crux of the whole conspiracy right here. The ultimate analysis, airliner videos, and the MH370 flight connection. I'm not going to go into all the details of how this crazy airliner abduction theory kicked off and how it just keeps growing and escalating, even in the year of our Lord 2025. They will swear up and down that this video right here isn't fake, despite how easy it would be to fake that. People have built entire careers off of peddling this crazy theory. Like this guy right here, Ashton Forbes, organizer of MH370X, which is a Twitter group focused around this silly conspiracy. And that's his whole thing, is just aliens and the government is hiding aliens and just going over and over and over and over this stuff. Like, his whole life is this MH370 thing. This guy's whole shtick is just to pretend to teach you about the real physics, and it all somehow concludes to some easily faked videos from 2014 being actually real government footage, and they're lying to you to hide the aliens from us.
This is why I make fun of people, because if people are out there talking about anti-gravity or trying to make fun of anti-gravity, usually they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. They don't understand the basis for what we're talking about. Because if you think of anti-gravity as some exotic substance or mechanism, yes, you're always going to think that it's silly because your basis for it is a science fiction basis. In reality, anti-gravity is any force that negates the force of gravity, because gravity is just a pressure force. You would say, how do I negate going forward? Get pushed backwards? Is that a serious question?
What? Guys, jumping is anti-gravity technology. Jesus Christ. So that's the level of intellectual we're dealing with when it comes to this MH370 alien disappearance phenomenon conspiracy bullshit. There's this concept called Occam's razor. What it basically means is that if you have two competing theories to explain something, then whatever takes the least number of assumptions or moving parts is probably correct, or at least is preferable when you're trying to be rational. Obviously, weird, wild stuff can happen, but in regards to what happened to the MH370 and what about these two weird videos with the orbs, one theory says they're fake videos. Okay. The other theory is, well, actually the Illuminati's real, they're hiding aliens, and the orbs teleported them through a black hole to another dimension. So let's just use that razor to just slice out the bad theory so we can focus in on the good theory and the possibilities within that. We know exactly how the UFOs are defying gravity, and no one really believes it. Not even the academics whose job it is to discover these things. They're using quantum vacuum energy, aka 0-point energy. Humans are primitives. Look, I'm not going to pretend like I'm a physicist, and so like, oh, I know all the things, but I can promise you, if we had 0-point energy, people would have already found a way to capitalize on it and sell it to us. So it's just absolutely insane to think that every single physicist out there is actually just inept. It's insane. You can make a strong case that wokeness literally destroys everything, including the case of MH370. I just wanted to include that because I thought it was really funny. Why do people do this? Look, I'm not going to give details about the actual MH370 flight because I don't know the details. I'm not going to give the history of this weird cult forming around it. I'm not going to pretend like I can even tell you the answer as to why people latch onto it. But I can say, as someone who used to be really big into conspiracies and big into like all of that nonsensical kind of stuff, that it all comes from a place of ego, thinking that you're smarter than everyone, and then finding a group of people that like reinforce that. Oh, we're so smart. We see that it's actually this insane theory, instead of just accepting that the real answer is something that's probably really unsatisfying. Like, unfortunately, in this case, it looks like a likely answer was murder-suicide by the pilot instead of aliens and all this deep conspiracy. But you get stuck in this trap where you can't trust the norm because that's what they want you to think. And you get so high on your own ego that you have to keep digging yourself deeper and deeper into these random and nonsensical conspiracies, whatever it may be. And for a lot of people, it just so happens to have been r/airliner abduction 2014. Anyone who can make you feel special ends up becoming intelligent in your eyes when you think like a conspiracy theorist. Whether it be Ashton Forbes. Ashton, I hope you read this comment. What you are doing takes equivalent of more of the following: good judgment, sense of justice, intellectual and emotional discipline, dependability, initiative, inquisitiveness, interpersonal tact, selflessness, knowledge, loyalty to objective reasoning and truth, endurance, and ability to shed of the effects of defamation, and most of all, courage. As an American, a combat veteran, and a warm-blooded human sapiens, I personally thank you. First, thank you for your service. I highly respect our military service members. Second, thank you for the high praise. I hope I can live up to it. I promise I won't let anyone gaslight me or bring me down. I'm impervious to their attacks. As I said, these videos can be easily debunked. This guy right here, Burgess, has done just that.
So, to start with, I'm going to concentrate on just the first video. This is my ingredients list, some kind of explosion. All in all, I'm not unhappy with the result. It's not perfect and it's not exactly the same as the original, but that was never really the goal. The goal was to see how much I could do with very limited amount of time to see whether a hoax would even be possible.
There you go. VFX guy did it super quick. If you want to watch the whole thing, which I suggest you do, I'll link his video down below. We end up raising people into these spots of hero figures, whether it be Ashton Forbes or Alex Jones or whoever your conspiracy head is. We raise these people into these positions and we just kind of like accept their rationality. Because we're not actually trying to think through something, like truly reason if then, and with all the premises and syllogisms and all that difficult stuff. What we're trying to do is make it so we feel good. That's how like 99% of all of us operate, like 99% of the time, which is totally fine. It's just when it ends up contorting itself into a Twitter group dedicated to the MH370 crazy alien conspiracy theory, that's when it gets a little kooky. As a final bit of information, I just want to include that here in the year of our Lord, 2025, the search for the missing Malaysian Airlines flight M370 has resumed once again. I don't know the details, but they are trying to find it again, and hopefully they actually find the fuselage so that we can maybe quell at least one conspiracy theory. Just one. I know there's a million more. There's always going to be more. Another one will pop up. Okay, this video has been a bit of a yap session, so TLDR. Conspiracy brain bad. Use Occam's razor instead. Thank you very much for watching. Love you guys. Bye.